Tour here. That's my top of the line check valve of my sewer pipe going into my septic tank. It was just pumped out this morning. Looking down the hill from the septic all the way down. All those boulders you see are boulders we dug up doing our trenching. The sewer line pretty much runs right underneath this thing. This line of boulders. There's my middle of the line clean out for it. This is my spring head. We actually have 8 natural springs on the property. We had to create this trench to collect a bunch of them to run them off to keep them from swamping our driveway. That's the spring head where the water gets collected. Shut off valve there. Runs downhill to our spring box. Spring box's purpose is just to slow the flow and allow the sediment to settle out to the bottom. Definitely doing its job. The spring box. Shut-off valve, 200-gallon storage tank buried 8 feet underground. Extra runoff continues on down that way. Our spring water gravity feed runs down. There's our tiny house down to the pump station that's behind the power pole. This is our pump station down behind the power pole. Gravity feeds spring water to here, then gets pressurized with the booster pump to go up through our filtration system and then into the tiny house. Got this all really nicely insulated for winter. This is our sewage sump and grinder pump that pumps through a 2-inch line all the way up the hill to the septic tank. Back of the power pole here, this is our fiber optic internet coming in and our Wi-Fi router. We've got a 30 amp jack for an extra camper. Our 50 amp jack for our tiny house that I ran through a 4-inch pipe to protect that 50 amp wire going over to the tiny house. This is our sewer connection. We got an extra connect for an extra camper here. That's our connection coming out of the tiny house. We have this whole parking space here with the full connect. Extra water valve coming out of the side of the filtration unit. One water valve going, buried the line up to where it goes into the tiny house. A very well insulated multi-stage filtration system going down to 1 micron, teeing off to the 2 lines, one for the tiny house, one for the camper. Got an extra filter in there already and put a pipe heater on it so it'll keep it from freezing in the winter. It's our walking path we made down to our leveled out pad right next to the creek, where that'll be like a picnic kind of fire pit area. You can just see the creek just about a foot past that pad. Created a parking pad here, 2 deep for the tiny house guests. Down into our tiny house, a little fire pit area there. Steps in. We got pictures of the inside, but this is our multi-level tiny house. That's it. What a couple weeks.